Hey everyone. So since I did the family part of the acceptance, whatever, and I talked about that, I should talk about the friend part. Um, I'm gonna talk a little bit about coming out, but not in great detail because I'm gonna do a separate video for that. Um, so for friends, I came out to myself in 2006. I have a journal entry somewhere, and maybe I can find that specific journal and I can read the part of the entry. And I came out to some people when I was at, not going to get the exact name just because of the fact that I don't need people looking it up. I was in it's not really a mental hospital per se. I mean, it's got, there is, there's also drug rehab, but it's not like a lockdown. I mean, like, once you're inside, you're locked in, basically, but there's no, like, fence around the building or anything. Like, if you were able to get outside of the building, you could technically take off. So I really wouldn't call it a mental hospital. But anyways, so I was living in the residential area, girl unit. But on that unit, I had some friends, and I did have a girlfriend, although it can't really, I don't really consider it too much of a relationship. But I came out, and that's where I got the name Geo, actually. So people were accepting there, not the staff. The staff were not. Like, you're on a girls' unit, you're a girl, yada 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 yada. Obviously, what I really hate and dislike is that for the mental health workers don't know about things like this, and they should. But that's not really what this is about. And then I moved into an all-girl group home, thankfully, or I would have gotten shipped off to a worse place in Massachusetts, which I do believe you had to attend church and stuff, and no, not gonna happen. Anyways, so I moved there, and I didn't say anything, although I did say that I'd prefer to be called Geo, la 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 la. And I had a boyfriend within starting school, like the first week or whatever it was. And while I was dating him, I told him that I felt like I might be a guy. And that's when our relationship after that kind of went downhill because he didn't like that. So he wouldn't, in school, he would kind of distance himself from me, and when I wanted to talk to him, he wouldn't come to me, stuff like that. It was a bad relationship anyway. A friend of mine told me he was cheating on me with someone who also had a boyfriend, so I didn't really say anything after that, but then I eventually came out to my friends, and I've had friends accept me. They did, however, I'm not friends with the majority of people I was friends with in high school. I've got a couple friends on my Facebook, my main Facebook, that I still talk to once in a while. I mean, I don't actually have conversations with them, but I would hang out with them if I could. But really, I don't really talk to anyone that I was in high school with. Like, and when I say talk to, I don't mean little sentences here and there. I'm talking full-fledged conversations that last for hours. I don't have that with anyone from high school. I have two close friends, and one of them I have not met in person yet, but the other one that I'm really close with, they both live in New York, and for one of them, we met through Facebook. I met them both through Facebook. It was just I forget exactly, like, for the first guy, like, why we ended up adding each other. Like, it just doesn't, it's not clear to me anymore. I totally forget. I think it was like we had similar tastes in music, and I think I added him, but I'm not sure. But I think it had to do with, like, taste in music or something. Or maybe a TV show. I have no clue. It's just some random thing. And then I met this other guy who I haven't met in person yet. I met the other friend. And I'm not using names because I just don't want to use their names without, like, their permission. And I haven't asked them, hey, can I use your names in my videos? I met him, the first guy, in April of last year. I went to visit him. And got along. Like, so far, for, like, the people that I've met, I've been able to not have to talk without feeling like I don't want to be there or I need to do something or whatever. We were able to do separate things yet still have a good time. We were able to watch TV and it'd be fun. I'm not someone, I mean, I tend to watch a little bit more TV right now because of the fact that I use Hulu and things expire because I'm not gonna pay money. But back then we were able to watch TV, we were able to be in the same room, not talk at all, and have a good time. And to me, that's something that really can bring that to me is a good type of relationship. And when I say relationship, I'm talking about any type of relationship, not just a romantic relationship or a friendship. I'm talking about all relationships. And I thought that, to me, that was really good. And then this other guy I met through this guy. They went to high school together. And there was, like, this link that the first guy had posted on Facebook, and we were all commenting, and then he added me. Now, most likely if he was just some random person that added me, I probably wouldn't have added him. But since we were talking somewhere else, you know, and it was about, I think, a month before we actually started talking, like, just the two of us. And when I say that, I'm talking like a private conversation. And when I say private conversation, I'm talking about just something that not everyone can see. To me, a private conversation doesn't mean personal. So we're not talking about things like sex or who we find hot or whatever. We were talking about things that we could have posted on a public area, but it was just easier to talk in a private setting. Especially since I didn't have a computer back then, and this is all I had. And I couldn't go on, I can go on the internet with this. However, it costs me money, extra money. And I don't have extra money. It's $2 a day for unlimited talk, text, instant messaging, and to send pictures and stuff. So it was easier for us to do that because with Facebook, if it sends you a notification for so-and-so comment on their status, it'll be all the notifications with the same number. So that got really, really difficult trying to have a conversation with each other, and he will comment on one status and I'll go to comment back, but it'll be on a completely different status that someone else commented on. So it was getting difficult. So like I said, when I say private conversation, I'm not saying that we've had a huge personal conversation. Sorry, I just realized you could see my trash bags. There's nothing gross in them, so it's not like it's disgusting to have them just sitting there. I plan on taking trash out in the next couple days, just because it's annoying to see black trash bags. Anyways, so with these two guys, those are really the only those are the only two people I can have hour conversations with where I don't get bored. I mean, sometimes I do get bored. I can't really say for sure for specific conversation topics where I get bored. There are times when I am bored, but not because of the conversation. Like, there are times where I'm like, you know, just completely bored overall. But I mean, there are a couple times where I do get bored with the conversations. Although I can't, with one of them I can't recall being bored, but they both accept me. They know the situation. We've talked about it. Of course, they're always open to, I would accept any questions that they have for me, like, even if they wanted to know, like, how would you have sex? If they wanted to know, I would be able to tell them because I'm really super close to them. There are other people I'm close to, people I consider family, and people I could probably talk to for hours, but it's just not possible always to do so. I just realized that, like, my glasses freaking take everything in. Fuck. So for, like, instance, like, not everyone has a cell phone, or not everyone has a cell phone with unlimited texting. So it's not like I can unlimited text with everyone. And with my computer, I don't have my own internet. I use the library's internet. And it goes in and out, in and out. I can't use MSN, Yahoo, or AIM without some sort of issue. I get issues with Skype too. But the thing about Skype is that even if me or the other person were to lose internet or whatever, we can still send messages and continue the conversation even when one of us loses internet. And that's what I like. I can continue to write what I was saying without having to wait to have internet back. MSN, Yahoo, and AIM, you can't continue writing. And that drives me insane. So, and not everyone has Skype, and I don't always log on, and I don't always talk to everyone, so there's always that issue. So yeah, the majority of my friends, or rather everyone of my friends knows. I don't hide it, and everyone on Facebook knows. I have my Facebook and my main Facebook connected with my YouTube, so they see all my videos, everyone. And if anyone has a problem with trans people that is on my Facebook page, all they have to do is unfriend me. It's not like I make them follow me or are friends. Well, I've got like Twitter and Tumblr like too, so I kind of mix up the whole following thing. They could unfriend me if they wanted. I had one person on there once, and I was reading a book about a gay kid, and she's like, why would you read something like that? And then I mentioned Twilight, that people really need to shut up about Twilight and stop talking about it. And it was really bothering me that people compare it to Harry Potter. They're two different shows, or two different books, two different films. Shut up, don't compare them. One's about vampires, one's about wizards. They're not even the same topic. Shut the fuck up. Really. So I was saying stuff like that, and she was like, Twilight's for retards and faggots. Now, I hadn't seen the term, I didn't see her say faggots. I only saw retarded, and I hate that term. And anyone on my Facebook, I say, do not say that on my page at all. My wall posts, my statuses, whatever. But I didn't see the faggot part till after, and then I was like, oh, wow, shit. And then she ended up blocking me, which is fine. But it's like, you got a problem with me, I don't give a fuck, just unfriend me, it takes 2 fucking seconds. So, for the next few, I am adding trans-related stuff, even after I did that first video. I will talk about being stealth, and trans symbols, which I saw on a trans collab channel, which I will talk about more later on. Next one I will talk about is my coming out in full detail. I know I give you a little bit of details in this one, but I'll give you more in that one. Alright, I will see you then.